can see we're travelling around Busan, and we're right by the shipyard, so excuse the car. You can see all the boats behind me, and we're having a bit of a holiday. Try and cross the road. Get there. There we go. Easily done. Yeah. Heading towards the market, see how it is. I'm going to try and find a quiet spot, but not sure if I can. It's so busy. Lots of people behind and walking up and down. Just seems to be a market day or something. But we're next to, where are we? Chakalchi market. It's lovely food. It's just hectic. I really can't talk about the IELTS, and we'll have to see.
간단하게 드시고 가세요. 킬로그램이라서.
Okay, so we've had something to eat. Wow, okay, we're going in. Not done this before. Photo booth. Wow. So we're in Busan, which is obviously quite a historical and famous city, and it's the first time I've been here. Coincides with a festival, sort of a seafood festival, and then there's the Busan Film Festival as well, which is quite coincidental, unplanned. But we're heading out, trying all the delicacies. And I thought this video, as I mentioned, was mainly focusing on the IELTS test and how to become an IELTS tutor. And when it comes down to the IELTS test and training to become a tutor for IELTS, the first thing I would recommend that you do is to try and become accustomed to the test. Try and find out what the components are, and you know, from a bit of research you'll know there's like the speaking, reading, writing and listening components of the test, and from there try and figure out how much time it takes to go from one element of the test to the other. So when it's the IELTS speaking, how much time do candidates have? Oh gosh. And you know, how many components are there to the speaking test? You'll find out that there's 3 parts to the IELTS test. The first thing that you should try and know is how do the examiners grade the speaking, of course. So that leads me on to the second part of this video. Try and find out the grading for each of the components. And we're going to stop by a nice place for coffee. So I'll catch you back. Stop for the coffee. We're on our way. We're going to another part of Busan, another market. The thing is, with this city, there's so many markets. Anyhow, as I was saying, the first part of becoming an IELTS tutor is to know the different elements of the IELTS test. The grading can be downloaded. You can see how examiners grade candidates for the IELTS exam, and let's see, there's an Audi here. I'm just going to let it pass. Okay, there we go. So download the marking criteria, the rubric for the test. So when it comes down to teaching the speaking element of the test, then you'll be able to figure out the sort of level of the student that you're teaching. And most students, from my experience, need a bit of speaking training, training to pass the speaking element. The second element that students need to focus on is the writing, and then that leads on to what are the different elements of the writing. Looks like jokbal, jokbal, jokbal. Wow. Jokbal is a type of pig's trotter. Sounds a bit strange, only fools and horses, pig's trotter, trotters trading, that sort of thing. But anyhow, we're going into the main market here. We'll see how things are. Not entirely sure what the name of this market is, but we're here. The third part to become an IELTS tutor is to do a bit of training. There's free training available that you can do, which is available online, and there's also a lot of websites that you can access and learn a bit more about the different elements of the test. IELTS Liz is quite a popular website for teachers as well as trainees for the IELTS test. And it will certainly help you when it comes down to training. Now, we need to try and navigate this area. We're on a sort of a cuisine, a tour of the natural tastes and wonders of Busan. It's a great market. Everybody's eating. It's wonderful. Now, so, first thing, let's recap, because I'm trying to figure out what we're doing and where we're going, as well as recording this video. Number one, find out a bit more about the tests, what the tests comprise of. Number two, get the marking criteria for each of the different elements of the test: speaking, reading, writing, listening. Third, access online training. Try and find out a bit more about the training available. Fourth, now number four, if you are able to, if there's face-to-face classes, try and see if there's a class that you can observe, if it's face-to-face. If that's the case, then you can see how other teachers and tutors teach that course, and this will certainly help you when it comes down to teaching the different elements. Now, when it comes down to writing, there's a lot of course books as well, and maybe this coincides with shadowing more experienced teachers, but also access the course books, see what sort of course books they use to teach their courses. The course books that I started using when I first became had the opportunity to teach students the IELTS exam was great. It kind of reinforced the different areas of language which were commonly used in the IELTS, particularly for the writing element of the IELTS. Now, wow, that's a great market here. Never been here before. And when it comes down to the other part of accessing course books and teaching material, maybe see online access online teaching material. We've got to navigate the path here. There's a bike coming through. There we go. So there's a lot of material online, ESL Brains or ISL Collective, where teachers share their own material, and there's Lingua House as well. So have a look at that material to see how they teach. And one of my recommendations, one of my tips is to teach vocabulary and develop learner awareness of word forms, because that certainly helps when it comes down to reading and writing, paraphrasing, summarising, that sort of thing. There was a shop just like Laura Ashley we went into. They were absolutely fabulous and reminds me of all the sort of things that I miss about the UK. Anyhow, the next tip I would recommend for anyone wanting to become an IELTS tutor is to maybe create material. So once you've figured out exactly the test itself and the different expectations, marking criteria and everything else like that, maybe consider creating material and lesson plans so that you could teach that to students. This in two parts will help you improve the IELTS test awareness, and you also start to generate material which you can teach. You have a bank of resources to teach a variety of different students the same material. Maybe have a look at online material which is available and see how it corresponds to the material you're making. But just crossing the road here, some cars, thank you, there we go. Once you've created the material, you can start to use it in your lessons, share it with students, and perhaps you could set up a Facebook group or a variety of other social media accounts to promote that material, and you could have a sort of call to action. So book lessons with me and access this material here, or top 10 things to recommend for speaking, or top 10 things for writing or listening, etc. I'm going to go down here. It's a bit of a maze. It's great. Enjoy just wandering around the markets. Anyhow, we'll see how we do. I suppose my final point when it comes down to the IELTS test itself is to perhaps just start teaching. Get students started. See how you are as a teacher when it comes down to teaching, because you don't know whether it's going to be for you unless you just start teaching. So go ahead and just teach students. If you have the opportunity, get students involved, see how you improve them. And for me, it's really rewarding to help students get to a certain level, a certain band. Those would be my tips, recommendations for becoming a a teacher, an IELTS teacher, and I hope it helps. If it does, feel free to click that like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. But we're going to head over to another restaurant, I think. Seafoods, the menu of the day, I guess, being in a seaside town, or city rather, second biggest city in Korea, and first time here. I'm surprised I've never visited before, but it's great. Although it's the market, everyone's over towards the seafront enjoying themselves, having that festival, the market, seafood market festival, and we're just wandering around the particular streets. It's great. Oh, have we got a motorbike behind us? Looks like it. No, he's gone. Right, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video.